I want to remind you of what the league table looked like at the end of last season. We finished second behind Tottenham, a long way behind them, but 83 points felt good. Contrast that with this year, we have 69 points. There's 3 games remaining. We've still got to play Aston Villa. We might have a game in hand. That game in hand's against Man City, who are currently in second. The board's aim for this year, qualify for the Europa League. My aim for this year, Champions League football. If we don't achieve it, I am going to be so disappointed. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back. It's Friday. It is the Journey Manager. And well, today we are ending season number 3 here with Newcastle. And I believe season 13 of this save, although I will admit, I've kind of lost track a little bit. We are going to hope that 13 is not unlucky for some. Like I said, we are wrapping up the season today. All 3 matches live. Man City, Leicester, Aston Villa. We need Champions League football. The money difference between Europa League and Champions League is massive. And the Champions League money we got this year is one of the reasons why when you look at the losses over the course of this year, it is nowhere near as bad as it has been in years gone by, where this financial graph month on month is just bleeding out. We've stabled things at the club. All the work that we've done to get here, stabilisation-wise, could just be lost. Now, since you were last here, we did have one game to do in the league. It was against Wolves. We won 3-0. They were struggling down towards the bottom of the table. The only kind of downside with this result was, whilst we managed to win it, if we just look at games elsewhere, Aston Villa managed to win 4-1 against Brentford. And then today, as we go into our game against Man City, which is the later kickoff, Aston Villa really put some pressure on us by beating Nottingham Forest. We sit 1 point ahead of them. In all honesty, there is no point in looking further ahead. We're not going to catch the likes of Arsenal. Very slim chance. They've Tottenham completely bottle it. We could catch them. But the reality is, I've got to be concerned with Aston Villa. If we don't beat Man City away from home, which I don't think we can expect to, it could all come down to the final day of the season. Anyway, saying all of that, there's no messing around today. We've done a lot of matches over the course this year, but there has just been a lot of games that have felt very, very significant. And to be honest, this feels like one such game. If we are able to steal anything in this game, kind of result-wise, a draw, a win, it would feel massive. It would feel unexpected as well. Have got to rotate the team a little bit here. We were dealing with some suspensions and tired legs. Hamilton back into the team. I feel like I don't really talk about the defence in our team enough, but Hamilton has been great this year. Of course, we lost our big centre-back in McKellar, and I really had to fill some big boots. But between Hughes, Hamilton, and then Marco, who of course was our big signing at the start of last year, I feel like we've really landed on something quite good. None of them are world-class centre-backs, but I feel like they're all good enough. In terms of in the final third, I am going to bring Salza back in to play out on the left-hand side. Junjun Hwan, Soa in the middle, Faye on the right, the rest of the team, you know, you love. No injuries to first-team players is great. I mean, if we get a result here, it'd feel massive. It would make me feel significantly less nervous, because if we win here, there's a chance that if we win our very next game, the last game of the year wouldn't even matter against Aston Villa in the grand scheme of things. We would be guaranteed 5th. But of course, going to the Etihad, rarely an easy task, and they are playing a full-strength team. They've got an Erling Haaland, who I know what you're thinking, he's old Jack, he must be rubbish now. He's still pretty blooming good. 18 goals in the Premier League, 7 in the Champions League as well. Their new key player is Valentin Andre, who's injured, so that's one silver lining we've got. But just to recap, they've probably got the best centre-attacking mid in the world in Serge and Gesson. Tyler Mullin, their left winger, is absolutely terrifying. He is so good. Also, great Mohawk. If I'm going to look at a weakness, maybe Eric at right attacking mid is a weakness. Saying all of that, he's got 74 caps for Spain, so I don't feel like he can be that bad. Okay, massive game to kick off today's episode. Avoiding defeat would be great. Like I said, a win would be kind of unthought of. I feel like going into this game, I have, well, not tempered expectations, but I'm not going to get carried away. I knew when the fixture list was kind of revealed, and as we've got closer to this end of season, this game could have all the marbles on it. The good news is we've kind of worked up enough of an advantage over Aston Villa. We can lose this and still be fine. And, well, that might be the best way of looking at things. Because look at the stats in this game. Man City not having a lot of possession, but having all the chances in this game. I feel like with our team here, I'm actually going to change up the instructions a little bit. Get rid of distribute to centre-back. Get rid of roll it out. And let's just try and get the ball forward that little bit more. We're having a load of possession, but not really doing anything with it. And immediately, might be just coincidence, we do have our first shot on goal. Sadly, it's followed up by a corner here for Man City. Don't hurt me, please. I was going to say Pep, but of course it's Vincent Kompany in this universe who's their manager, and he is Well, inspiring them to what was a great season at one point. They kind of have bottled the title indirectly. They really need to win this game, otherwise Chelsea are pretty much champions, you'd have to say, going into the final day. And well, at the break, all of a sudden, it's already, come, and it's 0-0. I'm just going to tell the players, exact revenge. Encourage the players as well. Away from home, this would be a great little point to steal, if we could. And I say steal, because look at the stats. We have been awful in this game. I'll tell you what, Faye out on the right-hand side has been, as I believe the French say, merde today. He has not been very good. I'm bringing in Diego Tofano out on the right. Salza's not at the best of games, but to be fair, there's a lot of players that haven't exactly been playing great in this one. Soa's fitness levels are a little lower than Salza's, so I'm going to keep Salza on, and Mario Ivkovic, on you come. Elsewhere, Semeraro carrying a booking. We're going to bring in Manresa, who, of course, we loaned in from Barcelona on, well, deadline day, just as a backup right wing-back. He's actually not played that much for us, but I don't feel like he's that bad or a player. I trust him in a game like this. I feel like saying that exact line is just kind of willing something bad to happen in this game, but genuinely, I brought him on off the bench a lot. He's rarely put a foot wrong, and this has been absolutely awful as far as football matches go, but it's 0-0. XG-wise, we're actually kind of close to them. Goal-scoring-wise, less so, as they are on the attack here. Ball whip back post. Ivkovic heads it away. Salza doesn't get there. Kendall Torre loses out, and now Salza looking to create a counter-attack. Imagine if we could steal a win. Imagine. We're playing it kind of nicely here. Jun Hwan, wide to Manresa, the sub right back. I've bigged him up. Can he do something magical? He's sprinting past his man. He fizzes it in. Charis kind of collects it, but Man City desperate to try and play it out from the back, and in doing so, well, I was going to say they've given us the ball back, but we've equally lost it back here. Neither team wants the ball, and now it's Mullen with his mohawk on the near side. This man scares me. The Peruvian Beckham to Ngessen. Kendall Torre. Just have a long shot. Make it a wasteful highlight. That, you know what? That will do. End the highlight, please, Football Manager. Thank you. 13 minutes left. I mean, a draw would be great, wouldn't it? I would certainly take that. Based on the balance of play, it would be a fortuitous result, and it's anything but a surefire thing. Hamilton, bullying in Gessen. What great defending there. Oh, Big Deli. Big Deli. Not like this. Oh, no. Do you get it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Because it's bad, and oh, no, has scored. I'm in pain. I mean, it's not the kind of pain that stops me from making an awful pun. What happened here? What is that? That is poppycock, innit? That is absolute poppycock from the match engine. Okay, well, we have to try and make something happen here. I'm thinking about if I want to go more attacking, and as that's going on, we're actually having a chance. Mario doesn't get there. Curtis! It's his first goal of the season. It's one of those absolute bullcrap Football Manager moments, but we do not care because it's gone in our favour. I was expecting the, the annoying back post header here that's a common highlight from throw-ins. Instead, it falls to Curtis, the left back. Who does that? Fair enough. Didn't know he had that in his locker. I don't think he knew he had it either, really. Oh, my word. Why is there suddenly so many highlights? We've had 2 goals in 2 minutes, and now 1 minute later, there's more happening. Spike Brits, don't do anything stupid, like dink it straight to Erling Haaland. Manresa, the right back. I tell you what, he's been involved in a lot, hasn't he, since he's come on in this game. Marco, Big Deli. This is nice. Salza, get it forward. That's not the forward ball we needed. And Gessen, Haaland. Shoots off target. Oh, my word. Okay, some might view this as negative. I'm bringing in another defensive mid. I've seen enough. Sanchez against his former club, the former Man City man, coming on to see this game out. Defensive mid on defend. Nothing crazy here. Sousa through the middle. You play as an attacking mid. We'll play 2 inside forwards, a shadow striker in behind. And I'm now just trying to see out this game with an extra defensive mid and I hope it works in our favour. Why is there another highlight? Why is Erling Haaland through? Why is anything happening? Marco, great tackle, but it's not away from danger. Oh, no. Oh, yes, he kicks it wide. Right, shout encouragement at the players. Hold on, lads. Like Atomic Kitten sang that time. The tide is high, but we're holding on. I want to get a 1-1. I think that's how the words went. It's full time. We've stolen a point. We did not deserve that. We do not care. I actually don't think Atomic Kitten were the original singers of that song. Someone will let me know in the comments. I mean, actually, the draw doesn't change a great deal, because if Aston Villa were to beat us on the final day, assuming we both win our penultimate games, they would still go ahead of us. But it just feels good to get an extra point ahead of them, doesn't it, really? Now, in terms of the next Premier League game week, we are at home against Leicester, and then after we play, it's Crystal Palace v Aston Villa. We could win that game there, watch Villa lose, and then not have to worry about them on the final day. That would be just lovely. The next game against Leicester is a week away. We'll rest up the players a little bit, although we're at that point of the year where fitness is less of a concern, aren't we? I'm hoping we can win this. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a bloody good point, wasn't it? Okay, well, look, it's our final home game of the season. Win this. We're in a pretty good spot. The pressure is then on Aston Villa away from home against the Crystal Palace team that we couldn't beat at Selhurst Park to actually keep them in the fight for 5th. Obviously, in terms of our team, I don't really want to touch anything here. There's no new injuries to speak of. The team is pretty much at full fitness. I don't think we were too bad, really, considering it was away from home against the team currently sat in 2nd. So you know what? Let's submit this team. No tweaking, no nonsense. I really just want a nice, comfortable result, please. Okay, early on corner. This would be lovely, wouldn't it? Faye in, Marco header. Their French connection strikes again. I feel a little calmer. Faye, I'll be honest, he's been a bit lackluster this year. I said last episode I'm thinking about selling him. In my mind, I'm definitely going to float him on the market and see what we can do. But he has got an assist there. That's going to add $1 million to his asking price as far as I'm concerned. Having got that early goal, there is now immediately another highlight. Imagine if we could get 2 inside 3 minutes. That would be fun. Knowing my luck, Leicester are about to turn into prime Barcelona. What is this for a move? It's hit the post there. I thought the keeper had saved it. No, it's hit the woodwork. That was horrific. And maybe that's just a little reality check, a reminder. This game is not just done because we've scored in the 3rd minute. That's not how football works. You don't play golden goal from 90 minutes or from the first of the 90 minutes. It's a 90-minute game, and we need to have a 90-minute game plan here. Faye, Semeraro, Big Deli. We love Big Deli. Back to Semeraro. Options in the middle. He whipped in. It's cleared away horrifically. I'll tell you what, the clearance was horrific. The finish is even worse. How's he skied that? Well, that flurry of highlights to start the game has slowed down just a little. But 20 minutes into this game, Leicester yet to have a shot on target. Having a little bit more of the ball than I'd like, but we feel like we are somewhat in control. Cook plucks the ball out the air there, their goalie. Now I assume Leicester are going to try and make something happen from the back. They are playing a 4-3-3. I feel like our free centre-back should match up nicely against their attack, and well, it's matched up nicely there as we win the ball and now look to make something happen here. Curtis not being tracked back by their right attacking mid. Loads of space for him to get the ball back to Big Deli, who dinks it to Juan, who, I mean, he had one shot there, and it's off target. That's an awful pun, isn't it? Right, Juan, go short. Curtis, he scored a banger before. That's his 2nd goal of the season. Fair enough, Paul. Fair enough. I don't know. What do you say? The man has done nothing all year, and now he's just scored back-to-back bangers in matches, in live commentaries, when it matters. Fair enough. If you were wondering about his long shots, 10. Yeah, 10 long shots, 5 finishing. He's really not that good. Although that valuation in the wanted level from Everton, if someone bid 50 million, I might not say no. Right, you know what? Half an hour into this game, a 3rd goal. You know, just to wrap things up before half-time would be nice. It's Curtis bringing the ball forward again. Who is he? What have we done with the left-back of the earlier on in the season? It's like he's had Weetabix this morning or something, and it's become the source of his powers. We have been really, really good here. We have already scored in one corner. Could we do it again? Not on this occasion. It's cleared away to Souza. Faye now with it, back to Souza, who could look to shoot. Hamilton, Curtis. Have another go, Curtis. Why not? I thought for a moment he was going to win a penalty. Every time he's on the ball now, I just expect a goal. I've seen a lot of comments, by the way, about the fact my wing-back area is definitely the weakness in the team. I'll be honest, wing-backs just don't exist in the future in Football Manager. Regens just don't really generate who are good wing-backs. I actually think next year I might go to a back 4, purely because I'm struggling to find full-backs that are actually an upgrade on what I've already got. And what I've already got is already kind of feeling a bit lackluster. It's a bit frustrating, really, because I feel like the back 3 has actually worked really nicely for us. But maybe switching to a back 4 can kind of remedy the issue of fullbacks that we've had for the last couple of years. I discussed last episode switching to a system with strikers. I'm still very much thinking a striker-based system is the plan. Curtis has scored another. This is absolute nonsense. That one's not as good. It's deflected him, but I'll allow him to celebrate. Sometimes Football Manager's just funny, isn't it? Like, he's not scored a goal all year. 2 games, 3 goals. I mean, that one is not pretty, to be clear. It's deflected and gone in off the post, but we do not care. I mean, all I'm saying is Aston Villa, the ball is now in your court to win at Selhurst Park. If they draw that game, we will be guaranteed 5th and a Champions League spot. Of course, traditionally, it is the top 4 that get Champions League football, but with the new expanded Champions League format, the top 2 ranked European leagues by coefficient get an extra spot. And in Football Manager, and I don't know if this will really be the case in real life all the time, although I suspect it will be more often than not, English teams and the Premier League teams do end up being one of those top-performing leagues, so there is a 5th spot given for the Champions League. Okay, well, 10 minutes left in this game. I was nervous going into this one. I didn't really need to be. I've just realised I've not made any subs. Can you tell I'm just vibing? That's how fun this game's been. Right, Vial, Balanin, Ivkovic, and you know what? Let's just bring in a new attack and give Big Deli a rest. It's a whole new midfield setup for the last 3 minutes. Good luck to Leicester. I don't know what I was expecting from the players when I brought them on, but nothing happened. His finish is 3-0. Final home game of the year. We get the result we need. Paul Curtis, man of the match. I mean, what else do you say other than I'm very, very happy? And now, well, we're going to continue and see what happens for Aston Villa, the Crystal Palace, I believe Manchester United and Chelsea playing in the FA Cup final. Rasmus Højlund scored a last-minute goal to take it to penalties, and United stole it. Wowzers. Right, the Premier League game, I think, has been played. Has it been played? Oh, you jammy gits. Villa win 4-3. They were 3-0 up at half-time. They nearly completely bottled it. They were 3-0 up. It went to 3-3. Murray scored, and then the game fizzled out. And because of that, going into the final day, if Aston Villa beat us, we will finish outside the Champions League spots. And as a reminder, we're away from home against them. All I'm saying is if you sort teams by home form, Aston Villa have only lost 2 games at home all year. And as for our away form, I mean, it's good. It's not as good as Villa's home form, mind you. This next game could be really difficult. I didn't want it to come down to the final day. It comes down to the final day. 8 days to prepare, aka rest the players and pray for no injuries. Don't go anywhere. I'm either going to be really happy in 10 minutes or very, very cross. It's the final day of the season. A draw's enough, but if we lose against Villa, I don't have Champions League football next year, and I might just cry. Now, you know what? It's been a while. It's a big, serious game today, isn't it? Standing desk is active. I feel like there should be a theme tune or something that plays as I descend and the desk rises, but I'll just sit here awkwardly. Okay, folks, buckle up. Things are about to get real. I mean, for today's game, do I change anything? Do I just stick with the team that's been playing quite well lately? I think I have to. If you actually look at our form in the last 5 games, we've been ending the season on a high. Just ignore Semeraro and also Faye. The right-hand side's been a write-off lately. Last year, Semeraro was one of my favourite players. He's actually asking to leave at the moment. He wants a new contract on £150,000 a week. If he'd asked for that last year, I might have given him it. He's got 3 assists this year, and he's just been, frankly, pathetic. So, yeah, I'm not giving him a new deal, obviously. In terms of the team, though, I think we stick with the team that won the last game emphatically. Away from home does leave me tempted to just go to balanced for mentality. It's actually a really kind of traditionally solid move. I guess the issue is with my team, because I'm playing strikerless, balanced works a little bit differently. So if I am going to play balanced, I think I've probably got to encourage the players just to press a little bit higher. The way I like to think of mentality in Football Manager is it's like a risk factor. If you're playing on attacking, players will gamble to get forward. And the shape you see on the tactics screen is kind of the defensive shape. And the mentality alongside the individual player duties kind of determines where the players go. By playing on balanced, we're just going to not overcommit men forward. We can draw this game and be fine. And I think we need to remember that. Just as a reminder as well, Aston Villa in this universe, owned by a tycoon. Yeah, they had a big financial takeover. They've invested crazy money into their squad. And I feel like things are going to be far from easy here against them. Oh my word, why does it come down to the final game of the season? Why am I so nervous? Velmeyer, Torreira, Dedic for them, the left back. I think we've been linked for him in a transfer rumour. I've never actually looked at his profile. Brits, massive save early on. I mean, on the one hand, amazing save. On the other hand, not exactly what you want to see right at the beginning of the game. Marco, please get it away. That's an even worse thing to see to start the game. It's 1-0, Aston Villa. I don't know really what to say here. I thought the highlight was just going to be like a nothing post-key chance corner. Instead, they've scored an absolute worldie. You know what? I went unbalanced. I've changed my mind. 5 minutes in. We're going on the front foot, everyone. Attack. Okay, we are 20 minutes into this game, and well, we're on the attack all of a sudden. Jun Hwan dinks it wide to Curtis, the hero of today's episode. Imagine if he scores again. He gives it to Souza. There's options in the middle. Jun Hwan's shot is blocked. Faye forgets the ball exists behind him. And Villa clear it away to live another day. We are edging out possession in this game, and in a game with very few chances, that last one felt like a really good chance to make something happen. There's 10 minutes left of this first half. Montel and Alarcon for them in the midfield are absolutely running the show. Granted, they got the goal and the assist, which is probably why they've got the good ratings, because it's Football Manager. I mean, look at this XG story. We've not created enough. It's 1-0 to them. You've been terrible. Sort it out. We have to come back here. Now, one thing I didn't mention is the fact that Vial got injured midweek, so Mark is on the bench. There's a world in which I just feel compelled to bring on Mark and hope that he can change the game for me. I am looking at things right now thinking, do I try and play Souza as a striker? You know, do we try it? Do we play him as a false 9? You know what? I'm actually going to do it. I need a striker. I need a focal point to the team. Curtis, you've been so good lately, mate. Play wing back on attack. You're going to fill in the gap in the wider area. This is my grand plan to get us back into this game. Okay, I think we've got a set piece here. Curtis was fouled in the wide area. Free kick, taken short. Faye blazes it just wide. I mean, on the one hand, that's a great highlight to see to start the half. On the other, you kind of want to see a better chance than that. At least a shot on target. There's only 30 minutes left here. It's still 1-0. And I'm not loving what I'm seeing here. We have been still limited to just one shot on target. Granted, we actually have the slightly better XG for what that is maybe worth. McArdle for them is bringing it forward. Jones lays it back to Ria. Matiwane at the right back. McArdle through the middle for them. They are tearing us open. Alarcon skips past his man, tucks it in. We're bottling the league. We're going to finish 6th. It's a disaster. I will say in my defence, our pre-season prediction was 9th. So 6th is still quite good. Villa's pre-season prediction was 7th. Some people will now tell me that the reason I've conceded that goal is because I went off the strikerless system. They're going to write it was karma in the comments, and it's going to trigger me, and I'm going to reply to them. I am fuming. See, there comes a moment in every hero's journey where they have to go back to what they know. What the save game began with. I think it's time to unleash the Singapore soup. I think we're bringing back the soup, everyone. Admittedly, right now, I am trying to work out how all the players fit into the system. Actually, they kind of do fit into the system quite well. Ivkovic is going to come on at striker. Faye's been absolutely awful on the right, so Tofano on you come as a winger. Jun Hwan at shadow striker. Souza at inside forward. I mean, this is the system we played at Albirex. If we come back and win here, or even get a draw here, I'm playing the Singapore Soup next season in the Premier League, and no one can stop me. There's 20 minutes left. We're away from home. We need a miracle. We need heroes to step up. There's 15 minutes left. Djokovic plays it forward to Dedic. I mean, imagine if we could press and score a goal here to really give a nervy Grand Slam finale to this game. They are messing around with the ball at the back. We are chasing shadows, however, in our quest to get it. Although it's been given to Hughes. Salza's got a knock. I might have to take him off. The Brazilian's had a really good game, but a bit of a shame that he's picked up a knock at the death. Ball whipped in. Jun Hwan scores. Imagine for a moment that the Singapore Soup comes back. The tactic that we used at the beginning of the Journey Manager, and I'm calling upon in my time of need. I'm actually shocked how well it fits the players. I was sat in my mind as they went 2-0 up thinking, what's my plan B? What striker system could I play? The Soup has been unleashed. The Soup is back. I have got an issue in the sense that Souza is injured. And if I move Ivkovic back to left attacking mid, I don't then have a striker unless I play Mark. Part of me feels like this is me trying to manifest something, trying to make the fairy tale ending to the season happen. I'm playing Mark at pressing forward. I genuinely think it's my best option. I'm going to bring in Sanchez at defensive mid. Balan is going to come in for Sauer. I feel like actually our players really fit this system quite well. Minus, of course, Mark. Right, encourage the players. There's 7 minutes left. We need another goal. We have to draw this game to have something happen. Why is nothing happening? There's 7 minutes of added time. There is 7 minutes to make something happen here. Tofano, winger on attack, mate. Go and play on the right-hand side. Jun Hwan, play through the middle. I mean, at this point, this is just a boring 4-2-3-1. But who cares? I've made all my subs. I've made all the changes I can make. I've done all that I can do. I need Football Manager to make something magical happen. There's 3 minutes left. There's 1 minute left. Nothing is happening. Fairy tales aren't real. I want to cry. We're not in the Champions League next year. In retrospect, maybe bringing on Mark was an error. We should have won that match. We should have won it, apparently. I guess we were ahead on XG. Villa go ahead of us on the final day. We finish 6th. They'll get Champions League football. And I just want to cry a little bit. No one wants to play in the Europa League, do they? I mean, admittedly, the board kind of said Europa League, and our squad probably does dictate Europa League football being kind of the best that we could hope for. I will just point at the XG table. We won the XG table! Come on! I have enjoyed the strikerless experiment, but I do feel like it's safe to say, in terms of chances that we create, we keep the XG of opponents down. We don't really create enough of our own, do we? The fact that we have finished top on XG, in fact, joint top with Chelsea, and yet in the actual league we finished 6th is mental. For 73 points actually isn't that bad either. All I'm saying is last year, 73 points would have got us 5th. Obviously, that was last year. It's the year 2038 now. That doesn't even matter, does it? I mean, Jun Hwan has won Golden Boot, so well done to him, I guess. The board have set the budgets for the upcoming season. Wage budget 4.2 million, transfer budget 66 million. I mean, I could definitely jig money into the transfer budget if I wanted to as well. I definitely feel like there's a lot of players that I could sell if I wanted to now as well. All I'm saying is there's some very high-value players like Gary Faye, who this is not me having a meltdown. I'm offering him out. Surely there's a Champions League team that wants him. I feel like in a weird way, Vial was a disappointment as well. Should we just offer him out as well? Sure, like there's got to be teams interested. Ivkovic, 66 to 72 million, offer him out. Get off with their heads. Get them gone. Obviously, Monday's episode will be a transfer special. This is just me having a meltdown, which I think I'm entitled to have. End of season review. I mean, I don't want to see this. Faye signing of the year. Get out of here. I feel like our signings this year weren't as good as last year's. Admittedly, of course, the main aim this year was just to cut the wage budget and make some money, which we did do. I'll tell you what, Soa has gone under the radar as an underperformer. He has not been good this year. We've also managed to lose 1.1 million social media followers. That is tragic, isn't it? The Glory supporters have had enough. Aim for next year, they just want a top half finish. Yeah, shit, we can do that. Okay, the squad is on its end of season break. Just to end things today, I just want to see if anyone actually bids on the guys I offered out. Because the transfer window's closed elsewhere, I assume that there probably won't be any bids made. I guess one thing to remember is I have still got, like, Balaki coming in who's quality. We've also got Ollison joining us, who I think is quite a good player too. And then in the under-21s, there's also players like Mamadi here, who we signed last year and then loaned back to Zurich. He had a pretty good season with them. He's developed a lot. Like, this guy's pretty good for our first team now, isn't he? I mean, Philip Vincent Days had a crazy season of development at Blackburn. He could play for us. I should just get rid of all the old players. We're going to make millions this summer. And Javi Benitez has not really developed. Am I crazy thinking he could be a right back? Probably. Jun Hwan wants a new contract. How much do you want, mate? What's the situation? 150 to 185,000. You know what? I think I have to give him it. He's just got the Premier League Golden Boot Award. 106. We just agreed to 135,000. I think you'll find he wants 160, 145. I feel like I just negotiated that down, but I guess I didn't. We'll just finalise the deal. I don't want to lose him. I don't want him unhappy. He's my favourite player. Right, I need to end this episode on a high. I just want to see a monster bid made for Faye, and I can go away happy. Big Deli wants to go and play in the Champions League. And now is not the time to tell me this. You're the club captain. What are you doing? I think you need to think about what a great place this is to play football. That's a great point. See, he loves me. I actually can't believe that option is the option that worked in that talk, but I'm not going to complain. Okay, I've had a bid on Ivkovic. He has no interest in joining Wolfsburg, and it's only a £32 million bid. He's worth a minimum of 66 million. And no one made any bids for the other players. There's no high to end on. According to the inbox iron, Faye has a release clause to clubs in the Champions League of 101 million. So I'll make that bid, please. Now, I will accept it. I mean, it's a release clause, so I have to accept it. But I will take that. I mean, on the one hand, I'm very, very upset that we've ended up finishing 6th there. On the other hand, it's a bit of a breath of fresh air for things not to be plain sailing in a Premier League save game. It's been a bit of a challenge here at Newcastle. I do feel like this season's been a transitional one. Of course, there has just been such a big focus on turning a transfer profit, which we did monumentally this year. As a result of that, should hopefully be able to spend big next episode and hopefully come back for Season 3 a lot stronger. To wrap up the season, here is a look at our manager profile where you can see we are up to 4.5-star reputation, and look at this history. Carabao Cup runners-up. That's the highlight of this year, and I do feel quite sad about it. We will be back on Monday wheeling and dealing and preparing to upgrade our squad, hopefully significantly, for the season ahead. Appreciate you guys watching as always, especially if you got to the end of things. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you next time for more. I'm out.